No.
So annoying.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
always trying to tickle him, and he's not
Yeah.
ticklish.
Only in the tank.
Oh. And I'm Candace Bailey. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles. And we're giving away a free console every day.
Shut the mouse.
Until E3.
It's no big deal. You're welcome.
Hey, that's right.
On the show today, Allison Hayslip checks into Rob Corddry's Children's Hospital. We've got never-before-seen outtakes of her getting hit on by chicks. Then Blair Herter joins us for a preview of Sony and Nintendo's impending E3 announcements. Will Sony get hacked? Will I get hacked for wondering if Sony gets hacked? Who knows?
Who knows?
They'll probably get hacked.
Plus, screen legend Lance Henriksen joins us in studio to talk about life as an android and his new book, Not Bad for a Human.
Lance the Dance Henriksen.
Why are they
That was an
laughing?
inside joke, but thanks. Thanks
They
for
don't
feigning
even-
laughter. It's cool. I'll take it.
Big laughs. And Professor Chris Gore will join us for an all-new weekend edition of DVD Tuesday with a new disc for American Graffiti, Grifo, A Clockwork Orange, and the Stanley Kubrick limited edition collection.
How's my toasty?
But first, let's run down the best web items of the day.
Around the net we go. Get it going. Get it going. Get it. Get it, girl.
Golf carts are fun
Did
to
you
drive.
just Yahtzee the audience? Did you just spiderweb them? All right. Not in the hair, princess. Golf carts are fun to drive. Yes, they are. They're even more fun to crash.
Okay. Turn left, drive it.
Oh, old people.
So funny.
We asked you, what's the name of this golf tournament?
Billboard Gator said the U.S. Open casket. Pretty nice.
It's awful. James R. Killian said the Senior Moment Tour.
Yeah. Here, I think we go in here. Eco the One said the Drunkle Ted Invitational.
Yay! That's a good one.
It's pandering, and we love that, so thank you. Coming in at number 2 today is an already amazing slice of cinema made even more amazing.
This badass training montage is from the Turkish film The Man Who Saves the World. The addition of the song Push It to the Limit takes it to previously unknown levels of greatness.
Open up the limit. Past the point of no return. Reach the top, but still you gotta learn how to keep it. Push it to the limit. No one left to stand in your way. You might get careless, but you'll never be safe while you're still living.
All right, all right. Here's the thing. We asked you, what's the name of this workout program?
Burf Bag said Pilates for people who hate rocks.
All right, fine. Someone whose Twitter name includes an unusable reference to male genitalia said, the workout should be called Thai Boulder. Thai Boulder.
All right. Today's number 1 item is footage from the Soundset Music Festival.
Everyone had a good time. Literally, everyone.
Except this guy.
What? Yes.
We asked you what band was playing.
Loki Star said, Fall Down Boy.
I like that.
I'm all right with that.
Double A Cantu said the Jimi Hemorrhage Experience.
Oh, I like that one. All right.
Uh-huh.
Javon Fisher said, well, it was obviously a Chris Brown show. He's a changed man. You got to give him a chance.
Totally, y'all.
F. Chris Brown. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the... He won't hit me. I don't wear a skirt. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/... So ahead, never before seen outtakes from Hayslip's trip to Children's Hospital.
Plus, Lance Henriksen talks about crashing the same boat not only once, but twice.
Same boat.
Twice. 2 times.
Games on phones? What the?
Gadgetron better have answers. Penis!
What? They won't bleep that word. Now it'll just be you yelling penis.
Is it really true? PlayStation games on an Android phone? You bet it is, thanks to Sony Ericsson's Xperia Play. It's a feature-rich phone sporting a 4-inch touchscreen, Android 2.3, and dual cameras. But once you reveal the game controller, you'll be playing PlayStation-certified games like the Star Battalion and Asphalt 6 anytime, anywhere. Pick up the ultimate gaming phone for $100 with a contract.
A little bit bigger than most cell phones.
Yep.
Oh, easy, stable.
There we go.
And that's because it has this whole slide-out gamepad thingy right here.
Yes.
I don't think it's too big for your pocket, do you?
Only if you wear infant pants. Otherwise, it'll fit perfectly in your pocket.
It's an
Like,
odd
it's the
fetish.
size of a phone.
Yeah.
It's the size of a phone.
Before we get to the gaming, how does it work as an Android phone? I know it's running the latest version, right?
Yep.
It's running Gingerbread 2.3.
Yep, that's right. Works really well. The touchscreen is very responsive. It maybe even a little more than other Android phones we've used. The 2.3 upgrade is definitely an improvement. Everything feels faster. It's way more efficient.
Oh, is the phone fast enough to actually handle PlayStation quality or certified games?
Yes, for the most part, it
Yeah?
is. We ran it through a bunch of tests, from Bruce Lee fighting to Asphalt 6 to racing to Brothers in Arms 2. You'll have a completely smooth gaming experience practically all of the time. Yeah, there are a few times we had some drop frames here and there, but it is a phone. So it's a great first step. The loading times are also a little long, but again, you
Now,
know.
what about the gaming selection, though?
Pretty good so far, pretty good. You get preloaded games like Madden NFL 11, The Sims 3, Crash Bandicoot, just to name a few. You can see scrolling through there. They added more games over the weekend to the marketplace. I'm sure they will continue to do that to try to really make it take hold.
Yeah, they're going to keep doing that. Now, I mean, what I had read was... first I heard PlayStation 1 games are going to be on this phone. Then I heard no PlayStation quality games. Then I heard PlayStation certified games. Are the games any good? Like, do they look and feel good? Do they?
They do feel pretty good when you have the controller, which is kind of the main. Look, you can see on the controller there.
Yeah, let's talk about this controller. Does it actually make it easier to play the games, or should you just stick with the touchscreen?
Well, the slide-out controller is an improvement, right? It's just like a PlayStation controller with the directional pad, the 2 touch joysticks, and the shoulder buttons. Everything works fine just the way you want, except for the joysticks, joy discs.
The little
I don't know
touch
what those
nipples?
are.
What are those things?
Those are touch nipples, yes.
Okay.
They're a little inaccurate. So, you know, it's sort of like sometimes when you're using a capacitive screen and your fingers are dry and it doesn't quite catch because
Yeah, you
maybe you're
slide
not
it off.
conductive enough. You have that problem a lot, and you absolutely, when you're playing a video game, you need controllers
Right.
that are going to be responsive every single time, and we found that that was not always the case with those little things. So good first step, but not
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm assuming the D-pad felt responsive. The buttons felt good. Even the shoulder buttons are okay.
D-pad.
The old D-pad. What are you gonna do?
That just sounds like a thing.
It does.
Hey, look at these D-pads over here. What are these guys doing over there?
But those, I mean, those work fine. But it is just these little analog guys in the middle. They don't cut it.
They just don't cut
And
it
the
as well.
surface area isn't there as well. The moment
No,
you
your
kind of
finger
touch
slides
and move, it
off.
slides it off.
Your finger's already off.
Yeah,
So
you're poking Gmail or Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
It's got front and rear-facing cameras. How do those look?
meh.
Oh,
The
okay.
rear camera is 5 megapixels, tends to overexpose a little bit with the flash. And otherwise, normal pictures are okay. The front facing is VGA quality, which is mediocre at best. I'm sorry, Bruce.
Here's the thing: the price just went down to $100 with a contract on
Yeah.
Amazon Wireless. At that price, which I think is a great price for an Android phone without the gaming stuff.
Exactly. So you add the gaming stuff with a mostly good control system, and so we gave it a 4 out of 5. I mean, $100 is an insane price for that. Completely unique Android phone. This many features, $100 is a steal, and you'll be able to play PlayStation certified games. Cool.
If you assume you saw all of Allison Hayslip's trip to Children's Hospital, you just made an ass out of you and me.
All right. Here's Allison with more Rob Corddry, more screaming, more Sarah Silverman, and more poop.
Season 3.
We did it! Oh, yay! Here we are again!
Children's Hospital has been lampooning the medical genre for 3 seasons now on Adult Swim. And this year, the cast is promising even more laughs at the expense of sick children.
Thank you, Mr. Bunny, Papa.
I'm being totally honest right now. I hate children.
Oh.
So I
Did you tell your daughter that?
Let's say I prefer my own children.
Okay.
But I don't by any means like them.
You did it.
I did it. It's because I cured them the old-fashioned way. There's not a lot of kids on the show, to tell you the truth.
You try to write them out?
Call it Children's Hospital. It is ostensibly a children's hospital, but then we just kind of get away with not having any on. We accidentally murdered her child.
What? What happened to said child?
I don't know. They got rid of the body.
Quicksand, our old nemesis.
Just once I'd like to have a kid brought in here in a trough full of quicksand and put one in the win column for us.
So you're coming on the show as a guest star, but what exactly is your role on the show?
I play Rob Corddry's ex-girlfriend.
I need you.
I said I'll think about it.
They called me up, they said, Sarah, save our show. And what am I gonna say? You know, these kids are, they're really great. They're kind of the new generation of comedians. I guess we're the same age.
When you call home and talk to your parents, what kind of show do you tell them you're on?
Ball show.
That's good.
Doesn't matter if there's cat poop already on the kitty litter.
Shouldn't.
The first time I was on the show, I sent it to my mom as a link, and I was like, look, you said you wanted to see everything I did no matter what it was. And she thought it was for charity. For Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
So she sent it to all her friends before she looked at it.
Mostly a lot of bathroom jokes.
This water's making me have to pee. I'll be on my couch.
Is there ever a time that you show up and you read the script and you go, really? I'm gonna do that today?
No, not on this show. You know what you've signed up for. I guess the last season when we shot, there was one day when I go, wow, so we're gonna make out and dry hump on top of a child.
Ooh.
Are you stupid for a living?
I don't like these little actor-y kids that come on the show.
Ooh.
I just don't like them. They're always like they're a little too cool for school, you know. And they also show up and they're like, they know that they're making money for their parents, so they're like, Mom, shut up.
Do you ever get tired of stealing the souls of children?
What?
There it is.
This is all real cat poop.
That's oh boy. You know there's actual sand on that.
That's a Tootsie Roll that doubles as cat poop.
I
Covered in cat litter.
heard you guys made interns chew up the Tootsie Rolls to
We
make
did.
the poo.
I probably just got some sort of hepatitis.
Yeah, it's fine. You're in a children's hospital.
Quicksand. Crap. I'll be right there.
Make sure to watch season 3 of Children's Hospital. Where else can you see Rob Corddry and the gang coming up with the most inappropriate humor out there? Like playing around in a morgue.
Hey guys! Guys? Oh my gosh, you're incredible!
Now put in the sound effects.
Hey!
Sarah Silverman's episode of Children's Hospital airs on Adult Swim next Thursday.
Still ahead, while some Chinese people work to make iPads, others are selling their organs to buy them. Sarah Underwood, yes, Sarah, that's true. Sarah Underwood has details in the feed. And then Game Break will ponder the new consoles that might debut at E3.
All the news you need to know.
I'm Sarah Underwood. It's Friday, June 3rd, and here are your top stories. It seems people will do anything for a new iPad, including selling a kidney. Yeah. According to the Shanghai Daily, a 17-year-old from China sold his kidney for 20,000 yen so he could buy an iPad too. Apparently, the enterprising teen found a guy on the internet to broker the transaction of trading his organ for cash, a totally normal thing to do. The kid got his cash and his iPad, but his health has taken a dive, and the shady broker is nowhere to be found. Moral of the story, if you can't afford the newest gadget, get a job or something. Now, let's be really clear. The grilled cheese sandwich may be the world's most perfect food, and one entrepreneur sees it as the future. Jonathan Kaplan, creator of the Flip camera, has gotten $10 million of funding for a new restaurant concept known as The Melt. The high-tech chain of restaurants would allow you to place your order for sandwiches and soup via smartphone and pay with a QR code at the store. Yeah, in addition, Kaplan has partnered with Swedish appliance maker Electrolux to develop a high-tech oven that, according to the blog Techland, could toast the perfect grilled cheese in less than a minute. Yeah, man, the future is so delicious. And
I think it was adorable. Those are delicious. Hey. I'm sorry. I thought it was cute.
Stop, Ma. We love you. Thank you.
Oh, my turn. My turn. All right. I'm sorry. It's only hot when you resist.
And finally, it is time for the Bark.com story of the day. A man in Times Square has been arrested for selling condoms with the image of President Obama. Wait, for the third time. Jose Andujar calls his rubbers the, quote, ultimate stimulus package, which is, quote, intended to get the public laid and not laid off. Yeah, despite being arrested 3 times for the same offense, Andujar claims the condoms are political speech protected by the First Amendment, while the NYPD claims he needs a vendor license to sell them. Sorry, Jose, when putting our nation's commander-in-chief on condom wrappers, I guess third time's not a charm. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed.
All the news you need to know.
Feed.
Fans' love affair with speed is littered with wreckage and broken dreams. And I'm at the Red Bull Soapbox race to see that tradition continue. It continued.
The Red Bull Soapbox race rolled into Los Angeles, where 115,000 spectators crammed the streets to witness neck-breaking speeds and epic crashes.
Amber, what brings you out today?
Well, I have the coveted position of judging the wonderful Red Bull soapbox races. The teams are so into it. I mean, I really have a lot of respect for them. They're so passionate about what they do.
Yeehaw! John, I probably don't have to ask you this, but what brings you out today?
What brings me out?
Yeah, the Red Bull
Wheels and jumping and speed, and I came for the wrecks. There's a thing called inertia, and there's another thing called road rash.
Hopefully we'll see both today.
I'm sure that we will.
You guys are Angry Birds droppings. Why droppings?
Well, it's our tribute to them, and we're not sure we can fly, but we'll be dropping for sure.
You guys covered not just the car, but your costumes and feathers.
Yeah, the feathers was easy compared to making the round shape of the bird, which was so hard. We had a huge block of foam, cut it into a nice round shape, and we hollowed it out, and then we have what we see now.
Wayne's World! Wayne's World! Party time!
I'm obviously with Wayne and Garth and their manager over here. So I would like to know, what is your strategy to beating Team Angry Birds droppings?
To go fast and take chances. The car's built good enough to hold up.
And this is one of the most car-looking cars I've seen. How'd you guys build it?
We made a mold out of foam, sanded it down so it looked somewhat like a car, then we fiberglassed it. Lots and lots of sanding, a lot of Bondo.
Excellent!
The teams will be judged on 3 criteria: speed, creativity, and finally showmanship, where teams gain points by participating in opening skits before sending the carts careening down the course. With the race set, it was time to start your engines. Or, well, you know.
Here we go, let's see what they do at the house!
First up, the Angry Birds droppings. They came out flying and handled the course with ease and set an impressive score.
Fantastic scores for the Angry Birds.
Now it's time to party on with Wayne and Garth.
pay for effort.
And although the real Lakers are out of the playoffs, looks like their soapbox counterparts got nothing but gold.
What are you seeing down from your angle in the midstream?
Are they going to take the nap? Yes,
Bring
they
it.
do it.
Give it up for the Lakers. The winners of Red Bull Soapbox Los Angeles. Give it up for the Lakers.
Tiger for dropping second in the entire competition.
Love it.
So what went right on the course out there?
Actually, you know, we almost crashed a few times. It's really hairy, but we saw the Lakers. They did such a good job with the run, and, you know, we're like, we need to go higher on the bank. And then we were like, just go for gold, you know?
So do you have the balls to get in one of these and give it a shot? Nope, I don't. This seems like a really, really bad idea.
Everyone's dusting off their booth babes and taking vitamin C for next week's E3.
Blair Herter dropped by to talk about some of the big rumors heading into this year's show. Ladies and gentlemen, next plays Blair Herter.
Thank you.
Zorbit,
Stop it. Stop it.
No.
Thank you.
Oh, good. E3 is almost upon us. There are a lot of expectations, of course, for both the Sony and Nintendo press conferences. I think those are going to be the big ones. Let's start with Sony. Kind of a huge elephant in the room here, which, oddly enough, the elephant has my driver's license ID and my credit card number. The April PSN hack is sort of a big deal here.
Sure.
Do you think they'll address it, or will they just pretend it didn't happen and, hey, everything's fine now, everything's cool?
Well, I think even if they're not planning on addressing it, you know, the press conference, which of course we're airing live, the great and powerful Adam Sessler is covering that, and there's no way he's going to let them get away without talking.
Do you think they're going to just cut to a slide of sales and Adam's going to be like, what about the ID theft?
Yeah, so not only are they going to address it, I think they're definitely going to make, this will be the first time they actually go out on TV, they're going to make like a heartfelt apology, I think. Also tell people what they can do in the future to not only protect themselves more, but, you know, how they're going to pay people back. But more importantly, I think what they really need to focus on is how do they make people feel safe about this.
Right.
And honestly, we've been speculating a lot in the office, and I just don't, personally, I don't know what they're going to do to convince people that it's going to be safe in the future.
What if they gave you a new puppy?
Oh, God, that would be awesome. Yeah.
There you go. It's a lab. There you go.
That would work.
You're back on PSN.
Yeah.
It's a lot of puppies. That's not happening.
Until they hack my puppy.
Yes, exactly.
Wait a minute.
It was an IBO. Yeah. Infamous 2 is coming out next week as well. Now, why would Sony choose to release a title the same week as E3 as opposed to hyping it up a little bit there?
Sure. Well, first of all, you know, part of the kind of make good for the PSN hack was getting Infamous for free.
Right, you got the free downloadable game. Yeah.
And I went back and played it myself. I forgot how great it was.
It's a
So I
great game,
think, you know, it's kind of, people are excited about Infamous too, so it's probably, it has something to do with that.
Okay.
And what I really think they're releasing this exclusive the week of, because I think they're going to focus on what I wanted to talk about next, which is the NGP, or, you know, PS Vita.
The PS Vita,
is what it's,
if you believe the code name.
Yeah, which is what it's rumored to be called, because last year, that is what they made a big deal about, is the NGP. Now, what we've seen is that Nintendo can release another handheld system. It sells 1 trillion copies. Obviously, there's still market space available out there. People are still excited about handhelds. So I think what we're going to see this year, not so much exclusive titles from Sony, but a lot of NGP stuff.
Will those be exclusive titles, or are these going to be rehashes of old PS2 games and ports of PS3 games?
I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah.
But what I think that we're also going to see, our software is software that's developed for that portable. And outside of that, I think they're going to show a way that people can use this to make it more connected, to make their kind of online experience a little more connected. Bringing gaming on the go is what they've been promising, and I think that they're really going to showcase that there.
It's an interesting point with referencing Nintendo, because when they release a handheld, granted the 3DS was a little pricier than handhelds in the past, but they release a handheld, it's more of a budget price device, and even in this smartphone, cell phone world where they say, well, that's where mobile gaming is, they still sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
If Sony comes out and this NGP or the PS Vita Vegavitamin is $500, will it survive at that price point, or does it have to come in at $3 or less?
Well, people have been saying, you know, well, look at the PS3. It was $600 when it launched, and now nobody bought it, but now people are buying it. The reason people are buying the PS3 is because Blu-ray won the format war, and that's why people started buying the PS3 that didn't already own one. I think because there's no format kind of problems here, they're going to have to come in at a low price point. Otherwise, people are going to say, again, I own a Nintendo, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Color, a DS, a 3DS, a DS
iPhone,
XL,
an
Lite,
iPad,
whatever.
yeah.
Like, I don't need another one. So I think it has to be accessible, and it has to offer something different. And I think that online connectivity is what could separate this from all of Nintendo's hands.
How ironic that online connectivity
Right?
could save
Right?
Sony on this one. All right, what about Nintendo's Project Cafe, their next-generation console? Do we know anything about it?
Sure. Well, my favorite thing is that it's rumored to either have an 8 gigabyte or a 320 gigabyte hard drive.
So it's either it could be powered by a hamster on a wheel or powered by a jet engine.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Well, we do know it's definitely going to have high definition graphics, or as close to what the norm is at this point.
Will it be like the successor to a GameCube, or will it be a successor to the Wii?
Everything that we're hearing is pointing towards it being the successor, the true spiritual successor to the GameCube.
Okay.
The Wii was kind of an experiment in how people play games. I think that this Project Cafe, or whatever they're going to call it, will be kind of Nintendo's true successor to their last console.
I will say, like, it's odd. Like, I'm oddly excited for this announcement.
Absolutely.
Because, like, the Wii may have become whatever the Wii is today, but when that thing was first announced and when it first came out, everybody had one. It was the talk of the town, and it was a lot of fun. Do you think this new console will be revolutionary, or do you think it might just be another evolution?
I think that it's probably going to be another evolution, but it'll be revolutionary to Nintendo in the sense that I think they're probably going to do online right this time around.
You think so?
And since they have the world's biggest gaming install base, I think that what they can do with their online community, if they do it properly in this console, is going to shape how kind of game makers approach online connectivity in the future.
Now, last year it was all about the 3DS. Really quickly, is Reggie going to have to say something special about the 3DS or announce some titles?
You better show us something that you showed us last year that's playable. Because every game they brought to the Nintendo press conference right after we had them live, they showed all this great stuff. People were excited. We have seen none of those games. And so I think we've got to see we've talked about Kid Icarus, I think the big thing, they're going to have to show Skyward Sword. I think that's what Reggie has to show. They have to make an announcement about it, because if they don't show the game that had everybody talking 12 months ago, then people are going to be really disappointed with their presence this year.
All right, well, we will be there covering it all regardless.
Absolutely.
25 hours of it. You can watch E3 live on G4 all next week. Again, 45 game demos. Herder will actually be dressed as Princess Toadstool
That's
as well.
right. Yeah, shaving my legs.
Not even required. You just wanted to do it.
No, that's what I do.
Blair Herder, everybody. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate the discussion.
The convention is coming! The convention is coming!
Yes, E3 starts on Monday, and G4 will be there to cover it like nobody else. Our live coverage starts at 3 p.m. Eastern with the world premiere of Gears of War 3 and an exclusive campaign demo with, get this, Cliffy B and Ice-T. Ice-T's in me.
We'll also have commercial-free coverage of the Ubisoft and Sony press events starting at 5 p.m. Eastern. On Tuesday, we'll have live coverage of the Nintendo conference, followed by the Microsoft event, commercial-free, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern.
We'll also have an exclusive 2-part demo of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, along with other unannounced exclusives. Our E3 2011 live coverage continues Wednesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Basically, turn us on and don't turn us off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Head on over to g4tv.com/E3 for more details. Week-long coverage starts on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on G4, presented by Burger King.
Hey!
Stay tuned. Screen legend Lance Hendrickson is next.
Lance the Dance.
Dancy Lancey. We welcome the legendary Lance Hendrickson to the show.
Boat crasher.
I'm sorry if I scared you. That platform was just becoming too unstable. I had to circle and hope that things didn't get too rough to take you off.
Bishop, you did okay.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rather Shakespearean performance, if you ask me. Joining me now, co-author of the new book, Not Bad for a Human. Lance Hendrickson is here, everybody. Honor and a privilege to have you here, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So that didn't end so well for you in that clip, but But you did all right. You were on on the floor for weeks. I read just basically covered in cream of wheat and cottage cheese and all sorts of questionable fluids.
I'm just shocked at how long ago that was.
Yeah. When was that? What was that? 80.
Something. Yeah.
80 something. Well, you were 3 years old at the time, so it was totally. You were just a young pup. What was that like? I read for weeks. You were literally just on a floor in your own sick, covered in this white goo because you didn't want like an animatronic double to play the part?
You know, there's no CG in this. You know, so it was all done. Stan Winston used every trick in the book. You know, popping arrow and like they did back in the old westerns, and then they had wires on a dummy, and they wanted to build an animatronic, you know, Bishop, and I said, no, don't do it, man. I'll just imitate the dummy.
Done. Actors, that's what they do.
Yeah, it was good.
Incredible. And now, Aliens, that was like, I think, 25 years ago, but your history with James Cameron predates that, right? Yeah.
Well, we did a movie down in Jamaica called Piranha 2.
Yeah. You don't have to explain Piranha 2 to this crowd, by the way. If there's one movie that's in their Netflix queue, it's Piranha 2.
Yeah, that's the one that will never go away for me.
Why do you say that?
Oh, well, no, you know, it's very, very low budget. And that's where I met Jim. And we had a Italian Greek producer, and he kept interrupting the scene, saying, "If you really do this scene fast, I'll take you to the best dinner you've ever had." And Jim is, you know, frothing at the mouth because we're in front of a helicopter and the blades are going, and I'm doing a scene with a girl and with 50 miles of track, and this guy's saying, I'll take you to dinner. Yeah.
You guys, listen, if you want to hit the sizzler, let's get in under budget.
Yeah,
like, really? Like, I don't care about the buffet. Let's get the scene.
Not even sizzler, man. It was in Jamaica, and it was like a crawfish house, you know, whatever it was.
Not even boiled. They were just literally on the floor alive. It was like you just kill them and get them. I heard you actually wore the attire that one of the waiters was wearing at a restaurant.
Yeah, we had no wardrobe. So when I got down there, there's two stories that are important there. I mean, when I got down there, there was a big speedboat that I had to drive, and I'd never been in a boat like that. And I said, get me down there a week ahead, and I'll learn how to drive the boat. And they didn't. You know, no budget. So I get down there, and the first thing I did was put the boat up on the dock.
Not dock the boat, literally physically put the boat.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
they don't go there.
And the guy that owned it, that we rented it from, went, oh man, he was flipping out. And I said, Jim, who's going to get between me and this guy if we do it again? And so I did. I tried to do it fast because I had to look cool.
Right. Of course.
Put it right back up on the dock again.
That's all right. Hey,
it's my life.
You guys wrapped and got to the Red Lobster on time. That's what matters. That's what matters. Do you think anybody looking to... You guys want to join for the last question here?
I want to talk to them.
Lance Henderson, everybody. Not bad for a human.
I'm just going to hang out right here.
Come on.
In stores now. This is his life. I think he got another book to write, by the way. I think this is chapter 1 right here.
Yeah, right.
Pleasure to chat with you. I don't want to interrupt you and the ladies. I really am a huge fan. It's an honor. And that's what's coming up.
Coming up an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday.
Chris Gore will review American Graffiti and 2 special edition Stanley Kubrick Blu-rays. We're giving away a gaming console or a laptop every day leading up to E3. Congratulations to yesterday's winner of a PlayStation 3, and the giveaways continue all weekend long. You could win an Alienware gaming laptop, an Xbox 360 on Saturday, or a Nintendo 3DS on Sunday. To enter and check our complete list of rules and eligibility, visit our website at G4TV.com/road to E3.
What do you think about this? Awesome.
I'm still
what
thinking
a
about
fantastic television commentator you are.
It's time to review some new Blu-rays. Make way for an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday. Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good.
All right, what do we have first?
First up, we have American Graffiti.
Now, most people think of George Lucas movies, we think of science fiction, fantasy. So how does American Graffiti fit into his career?
Well, previous to this film, he had made THX 1138, which tanked. And American Graffiti, Francis Ford Coppola, who's the producer of the movie, said, I will put up my own money to make this film. American Graffiti was a huge hit, which gave him the clout to make Star Wars. And it really is kind of a coming-of-age movie where it's one crazy night in the life of these teenagers. And it also changed the movie industry from the standpoint of music was not a particularly important element in terms of, was the soundtrack. But in this, they had bought pre-existing music from the 50s and 60s to play on the soundtrack. Changed everything. And it was a huge hit. Made a lot of money, too, at the time.
Nice. Any good special features?
There's a great special feature with George Lucas, picture-in-picture. In fact, he's doing this Blu-ray commentary for the Blu-ray and acknowledges that, where you really get insight into how hard it was for him to make this movie. And I think the secret to Lucas's success is he really stuck to his guns.
Yeah.
He was just incredibly stubborn. He shot the entire thing in Modesto, California. Well, most of it until he got kicked out. It was all shot at night.
Really?
And this drag race scene, he shot maybe 10, 20 minutes a day for like 2 weeks to get this drag race scene. It also helped launch the careers of Harrison Ford, who, of course, went on to play Han Solo in Star Wars.
I know him.
Yeah, so it's a great film that holds up, and the music is awesome, and it was kind of the precursor to Happy Days.
Awesome. Bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it, and if you're a Lucas fan, you're going to love it.
All right. What do we have next?
A Clockwork Orange, one of my personal favorites.
Now, this is the 40th anniversary edition of the Stanley Kubrick classic. 4 decades later, why do people still love this film, Chris?
It's for the ultraviolence, absolutely for the ultraviolence. And also what's shocking about this is that we've seen violence like this in other movies. We've seen things over the top and whatnot. There's an intensity about this movie that just makes it incredibly disturbing. I think it really has to do with Malcolm McDowell's boyish good looks. And you combine that with beatings and murder, and there's just no other film like it. It really stands the test of time and shows that Kubrick movies must be seen multiple times in order to appreciate just how great they are.
Yeah. Now, how are the extras?
Extras are fantastic. There's all kinds of behind the scenes, including a remembrance where Malcolm McDowell looks at all kinds of old memorabilia related to the film. And it's amazing just how this movie was made by the seat of their pants from the standpoint of they had no budget. This is after,
Really?
Yeah, this was after 2001, and 2001 was not a huge box office success, so Kubrick kind of had to prove himself and made a science fiction movie with no money. It was done very DIY and holds up, and it is fantastic.
All right, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is buy it. Buy it.
Nice. Now,
because I did.
I understand Clockwork Orange is just one part of a new Blu-ray collection you've got for us. What are we looking at?
That's right. It's the Stanley Kubrick Limited Edition Collection.
Look at that. What can we expect from this box set?
Well, it's all the essential Kubrick you need to have, including Full Metal Jacket, 2001, A Space Odyssey. And what I love about this box set also is it shows that Kubrick was successful in every genre.
Yeah.
War films with Full Metal Jacket, science fiction.
Well, what's your favorite film in this collection?
Personally, 2001: A Space Odyssey. It really shows you. I mean, and this is the only, oddly enough, it's the only Oscar that Stanley Kubrick won. He won an Oscar for special effects. Never won for directing. They gave him an Oscar for special effects, but really, it was also a movie that influenced filmmakers like George Lucas. And Kubrick was the filmmaker who also influenced other filmmakers. You may have never seen A Clockwork Orange or some of these movies, but I guarantee you, so many movies that you've seen, you'll have echoes of Kubrick.
This is one of those collections that you need to have.
You need to have, especially.
I'm guessing it's going to be a buy?
Well, yes, especially if you're a film geek, like a lot of the people I work with are film geeks. Here at Attack of the Show? Yeah! So it's a buy, of course, yeah.
All right, okay.
Film geeks, come
We have
on.
time for a quick pick, Chris.
Okay, great. This quick pick is a documentary about Malcolm McDowell called Never Apologize. He's got amazing stories, and you really find out what a trickster Malcolm McDowell is.
Oh, is he a trickster,
loved to play jokes on the set. And he's very honest and an amazing man.
Awesome, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As always, a pleasure. For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. Now let's go over to Kevin.
Our viewer army found out that everything is bigger in Texas.
Including my boobs! My boobs got bigger in Texas.
Surgically, or?
No, I think I just ate a lot. My boobs and my butt grew.
Here's our viewer army.
Hey, Attack of the Show, this is Brian Wallace at the Dallas Comic-Con. This is the biggest animation, TV, comics event in Texas, so let's go inside and check it out. Now, Doctor Who fans are going to recognize this thing behind me. This is the TARDIS. Now, let's go around the con and see if we can get a few people to tell us exactly what they think of it. Can you tell us what the TARDIS stands for?
Time and relevant dimensions in space.
What is this behind me? You know what this is?
Time travel box. It's what he uses to travel through time and space. It's bigger on the inside.
I see you're waiting in line at the concession stand. Does Vengeance take a break for food and drink?
I am looking for some nachos involved with justice, and it's a weary search.
We're here on day 2 of the Comic-Con in Dallas with John Romita Jr. How has the fan reaction been so far?
It's just actually consistent with the way it's been with all conventions in Texas. There's something extra special about Texas when people say, "Good morning, sir," to you every time they come up to you. That's different as opposed to, "Hey, how you doing?"
You've had great runs on characters like Spider-Man. How is it drawing the Avengers now?
Drawing the Avengers is kind of like trying to hop on a highway on a tricycle. Working on a group book with Brian Bendis, it really adds to it.
I'm here with legendary horror comics creator Bernie Wrightson.
Hello.
And Mr. Steve Niles. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
You two are going to be working together on a new project. Can you tell us about that?
We are going to be working on a sequel to Frankenstein. 13 issues, just picking up right where the novel left off.
All right, we've snuck into the Grand Ballroom. This is where they're going to be holding the Stan Lee panel. I'm getting the security people walking up here. I'm going to go ahead and go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stanley. Before you clap, I have to tell you this. I didn't see anybody even... You won't believe this, but I am my biggest fan.
So that's the end of Dallas Comic-Con. We got to go to the Making Macabre panel. We also saw the Stan Lee panel with John Romita Jr. Thanks, Attack of the Show, for making me part of your viewer army. This is Brian Wallace, signing off.
Thanks to Lance Henriksen, Chris Gore, Allison Easton, Sarah Underwood, Baby Jesus.
Pop starts right now.
Statue pose. Look at that. She's like a statue.